Hello everybody and welcome back to a nice bit of Rage Bait. I haven't actually played this in a long time, have I? I think the last time we looked in Union Liberty, it was probably during A to Z. It was A to Z. Now, if you're not too familiar with what this mod is, it's one that reworks all of South America. It got a lot of attention back when Paradox actually released Trials of Allegiance because this is way better in some people's eyes. I tell you something that's definitely way better is that they did go ahead and encompass all of South America in their mod, and not just this little portion right here, like some developers of video games might do. So when I was doing A to Z, I tried this mod out. It might have been multiple times, actually. I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely tried it once, and I enjoyed it back then. I don't mind Trial of Allegiance, obviously, but if this mod is just as good as Paradox's focus tree, I can see why people wouldn't bother buying it. And I do think I am going to play a nation that's not from Trial of Allegiance. We will see how they actually deal with another little nation that has no focus tree and see if it's any good. And I think I'm eyeing up Colombia. I do find it funny that, all of South America and the South American players were waiting so long for just a smidgen of content. They were like, fine, we'll do it ourselves. Then shortly after, Paradox releases Trial of Allegiance. Okay, so if I am correct here, it doesn't actually use any of the Trial of Allegiance content for any of those nations. It does have, well, as you can see, an extensive focus tree for all of the nations in South America. In fact, my game just lagged trying to open up the Argentinian one. Oh, I remember this guy. You know, he's got the face of a dog that just peed on the carpet. But obviously, I'm trying out Colombia. Colombia's got one heck of a focus tree, but all I'm interested in is creating a larger Colombia. A grander Colombia. So obviously, Colombia, we don't have a lot going. I'm assuming, yep, they have actually added resources to South America. If you ever really want to feel just a dismal set of dread, just go look at the resource allocation over South America in base game. So we don't have a lot. We do have some oil. We got a bit of chromosomes over there and some rubber and a tiny bit of steel. I'm assuming we can get a bit more from our focus tree, but everyone we're going to expand into also has a good amount of stuff for us to get started with. Oh, bad news for everyone. Looks like they've put the estate system in from EU4 here, so we have a lot to look at. I'm just going to ignore it for now. Good news, everybody. The Liberal government is about to collapse, which means we're going to go ahead and put Jorge Biden in the care home. Okay, we have launched a coup of the government. Our Liberal dissenters have revolted against us, but I don't think they're going to be putting up too much of a fight, and we now have Gilberto in control. He doesn't look evil or menacing at all. Oh, there you go. We are now led by a James Bond henchman in the new Colombia. Okay, for us to become a pretty big regional power and dominate all the north over here, we're going to need to do a lot of things. First off, we're going to have to get a good amount of factories out for us to even get over to Bolivarian Legacy, where we can actually expand, and also a whole bunch of manpower, which I am working on. Sponsored by the US, by the way. They are giving me the steel for these guns. We're also having to stabilize the country from other political forces, which we are currently doing, and then also making sure the military knows whose side they are, because as any South American government will probably know, at any moment it could all be over because some general has had enough. So now we can go ahead, subdue the military, which means we no longer have to worry about one of these quite literally ticking time bombs in our decisions tab. So you get options to go ahead and take in refugees from places that are currently, in a bit of a conflict. So I'm currently letting all the people from Shanxi head on over to Colombia. Okay, well, with that, I think it's definitely time for us to begin our conquest. I'm going to manually justify it on Ecuador here, but we can do our Bolivarian Legacy now and then get to work on growing larger, because it is 1939 and we haven't really moved an inch. And we've got new friends to make. Let's just hope this doesn't go horrendously, shall we? Oh, I didn't actually notice here. They've put impassable terrain between us and Panama, which obviously, does make sense. But if I demand actually them giving over land, I really hope they don't say no to that, because I don't know how I'm going to get over there. Okay? Crisis averted. Oh man, that was great actually. Taking Ecuador was like definitely the right move. Look at all the damn weapons we just got there. And I'm assuming we got Panama's stockpile on top of that. I can just spam out a whole bunch of troops now, and then we'll do Venezuela as well. Okay, fingers crossed that Venezuela also is as easy as Panama there, but I am a little bit doubtful. Nothing's popping. Oh, wait, no, we are totally good. There goes Venezuela. Look at that. Even that on the map right there is looking pretty damn beautiful. useful. Okay, I mean, we can revive Bolivar's legacy already, and Colombia will be known as Gran Colombia. You'll be able to call Gran Colombian states once we get our compliance up. That's cool. There we are. On top of that, we can claim neighboring states so we can get more land. Oh, okay, I didn't even read that properly. The UK was also in that, so we just got half of Guyana off them. Very nice. Okay, that's also base. I was really hoping Peru would say no to that, so we can actually just take all of Peru as well. Okay, tell you something. Peru ain't too fun to invade most of the damn time, but we got ourselves a pretty gamer encirclement here, including of the llama battalions down there. Now that is what I call a Gran Colombia. You're not entirely sure if we're going to bother taking any more land. Actually, maybe we should take land down here, because I just realized Chile has gone a different path. You know, I have a lot of political power saved up, and I just realized I can do these decisions and just spawn straight up like 10,000 manpower per time I do it, just for a little 50-day little negative bonus there, which doesn't matter too much, so I'm just going to hit them all at once. You know, I will take all of that free manpower, thank you very much. And yeah, I definitely needed that manpower, because after Peru, let's just say the army was left a little bit battered. I have reformed it now. I've actually gone them up to the width I want them, and we do have a bit of a equipment shortage, but that should catch up pretty quickly. Okay, now Germany isn't doing too bad, and obviously, given my current political situation, I'm probably going to be on the German side here, but I'm not entirely sure like how I can be most useful. I do have an idea, but it's going to take a little bit of time to implement. And sad part is, with Germany, you're not entirely sure if you always have that time. Okay, now I reckon we're probably going to take Chile here. I don't know if we'll bother with anyone else. In fact, well, I already know I'm going to have to bother with Bolivia too now. But we obviously don't want to get overzealous here. We really need to focus on, you know, actually getting involved here. But I will take out Chile for now. Okay, my invasion plan of Chile went a little upside downy because I completely forgot I don't have naval invasion tech. We didn't start with that, so I had to wait to research that. But we're getting there now. And that will be the majority of the Chilean army, I imagine. All right, we are up to 42, almost 43 here. Germany, surprisingly, is pulling it off this game, which is good. Because usually Germany these days in games are pulling it off in a completely different way. But yeah, if you can't tell, we're getting submarines. I think it's the best course of action we can do. Obviously, getting a navy would be even better if we could actually just get control of the Caribbean and the waters around us. But that is probably pretty unlikely for us to do. And on top of that, we got ourselves an air force. We have pretty much all the resources we need. And if we go and fight the Allies, we can get ourselves a whole bunch of aluminium over here, because that'll be the only thing really holding us back. We can get ourselves a whole bunch of rubber, which we already have. It's just the aluminums are actually the thing that we are currently getting bottlenecked on. We still have a whole bunch in our country already, but we can get a bit more. Well, damn. Okay, I did not expect that one today. Not complaining in the slightest. I was going to keep the Allies pretty busy so I can keep messing around for a bit. So we do get reforming the Lost Union, which we can now integrate Chile into our sphere of influence, which will release them as like a special little government thing. They've been replaced by a building. Oh, sorry, no, they're not a special little government thing. They're a Reichsprotectorate. Sure, makes sense. Oh, Bolivia's not communist anymore, which is interesting. If I justify them, I do have a claim. I'm not too sure if they're just going to get in the Allies at this point in the game, though. So, we'll risk it for the biscuit. We're not in Iron Man. I could just take a save and use El Save Scummo if you don't speak English. I'm not entirely sure about Brazil, though. I do kind of want them, but at the same time, that's a lot of divisions. We do not have a fun border to fight them against, so maybe not. Okay, absolute moment of truth here. Will Bolivia pull me in? Because I am not ready in the slightest. No, we seem pretty good so far. I mean, if we got away with that, maybe we could also get away with Argentina too. All right, now there is a purpose for me taking more land here. We've got a little bit more time because obviously Germany is doing super well this game. But I did notice something in the focus tree for these things that we released with these nations. That's fun, just declared on them. Can't even call Chile in apparently because they've just got somebody that refuses to actually join our fight here. They've got Ramon Freire. Yeah, if I didn't have that northern border there, this would have been very awkward. And finally here, I've taken down Uruguay and Paraguay. We're not going to be able to get Brazil right now, though, because they have joined the Allies. So I think that's going to be our conquest done for now, although I will be doing the release and the releasing the nations thing, and I'll show you something pretty cool. Okay, so now we've done that, we can go ahead, release these nations, or at least release what we can release out of them, and lag my game down until the CPU goes. And then for all these nations we have released. We can now re-annex back into us by doing the Union of the Americas, and all of those nations will now be my cause. Obviously, this would be a lot better if we, had all of the Americas down here, but we can't really do that right now, so I will take all of these cores instead, most certainly. In fact, it's pretty much the exact same thing as Chile when they do, like, the native uprising and the decolonization of America. It's the same principle as that. Does mean, sadly, we are no longer Gran Colombia, but we are this big, beautiful blue blob down here. Big, beautiful blue blob with 400 factories, I may add. Oh, I think we can also do a couple border conflicts, unless that has disappeared now that I have formed into our nation, which I think it has. It doesn't matter too much, because again, I do plan on just going to fight the Brazilians when they join the Allies, which they have done anyway. Okay, now comes a real fun part of just preparing the front lines everywhere, and we have a lot of them to look at. We can do a border conflict as well for the Panama. I have no idea if we're going to get it. I'll send the Mountaineers, so they've probably got the best chance to get it out of any of my units. And this is why I made all those submarines as well, because we are going to have to cut off so much allied supply just so we don't have to worry about this Brazilian front line over here. Because if they just pile units in, it's probably pretty damn over for us. I mean, we are kind of lucky as well, because the AI has been building a whole bunch of boats for us to use. So then when I've been taking them out, obviously I've been taking their navies, so we have a lot to work with at the moment. Oh, hold on a second. This is the first border conflict in the history of Hearts of Iron 4 that has actually been won. All right. I mean, hey, will they come back for that? They might come back for that, right? Okay, I think we are good and ready to go. It's 1945, and we probably could have done this a lot sooner, but, Germany gave us a benefit of a doubt and actually woke up this game, apparently. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything here. I've got all the submarines out. None of Central America's in the Allies or anything like that. Let's go. Okay, now, like I said, I'm hoping I can just absolutely destroy Brazil in time for us not to have to worry about the Allied goon squad to turn up. Tell you what, so far though, this mod is pretty damn good, I gotta say. I think it's not of like any better quality than the DLC in terms of what the content is and like the focus trees or anything like that, but the fact that it is of the same level as the DLC essentially, and you get way more nations, that in itself makes this mod better than the DLC, obviously. I don't think, specifically that these focuses are any better than the actual focuses in the game, but it is better because this is free, So in that case, yeah, it's way better. I can already see my beautiful Colombian little boats out there having fun all over the damn seas, and that is exactly what we want. We want to absolutely cripple the Allied supply lines here. Nice! Okay, that is everything sorted in the Americas, at least. Now we just need to garrison and obviously make sure they don't get a little surprise on us, which I don't think they will, considering the current supply lines looking like with the oceans here. But obviously, we are going to have to march through Central America here to get a capitulation on the US, and it's going to be a bit more difficult as well, because we're going to have to supply ourselves over the ports here, because obviously no land bridge here. Okay, sure, we might as well just join the Axis anyway, but not because I want to help them in much regard. I think we got our own things going on realistically. I ain't going over there, but I do want to go ahead and become spy master so we can get a collab going on the Americans. Oh yeah, I could just still actually keep releasing these nations. So there is the Empire of Brazil. I don't know if we can actually get the cores on it still, considering we already hit the focus, but might as well lag my game down apparently, but might as well get ourselves a bit of guaranteed land is what I was going to say before my computer fans went trying to actually release that nation. Be a real funny troll here if El Salvador just goes ahead and joins the co-prosperity sphere. Please don't do that. I think my heart actually sank for a second when I heard that pop up. Yeah, so I wasn't going to get into any conflicts over in Europe, really. I'm busy in the Americas, but I'm going to send my air force over, just go fight in the channel and start weakening their air forces, because that will come in handy. Okay, we are currently infiltrating the United States to sell our amazing new government proposition. Once that first collab pops on 60 days, I'm going to go in. I don't want to go in just yet. We're going to wait for that. I think we only have to capitulate... Oh, The UK and the US. That's it, huh? That's all that's left. I mean, hopefully the Germans could deal with the UK, but I'm going to say probably not really. They're probably not going to do that, so I'm going to have to do that myself. Collab government is a go, and we are now moving in. Good to see Guatemala's making friends with Bulgaria. Oh, I just realized as well, my Brazilian puppet just actually landed in Mexico. Well done. Oh my god, they actually got quite a lot of troops. You know what, I ain't garrisoning you guys anymore. We're gonna get this army moved on up. And I am imagining the Allies probably don't have a lot of convoys to spare to actually be doing literally anything, apparently. So we shouldn't have to worry about them being over here. The US should be... Yeah, they've still got plenty of convoys. Not that they need them to be in Mexico. But we won't have to worry about the Goon Squad being over there. Don't want to alarm anyone. Americans didn't have much on the border, huh? Where the hell is their troops? They gotta have a pretty big... actually, that's kind of small. That was pretty damn small for 1947. What are their casualties at? I mean, okay. I could see the issue here. So I guess it won't surprise you too much if I zoom out here and the UK still isn't capitulated, because why would they be? I mean, how has Germany not managed this? Oh, yeah, I guess I can also go ahead and release the US and Mexico, the first Mexican Empire. Again, sad I can't get cores on any of this stuff because we obviously already did the focus, but maybe there is a way. But either way, I don't care at this point. I think we're more than powerful enough. Okay, well, North America dealt with. I guess I'm going to Europe after all. Colombian Express has opened a new export line. Okay, I did build a whole bunch of cruisers and destroyers, so we more than have enough navy here to actually get supremacy, as you can see. I have also been naval bombing, so the UK fleet probably shouldn't be looking too great. I mean, it's not looking bad, but it's not looking great, which means as well, I imagine a lot of our allies will be doing naval invasions. I mean, Vichy France got Ireland, and they got 2 whole divisions going to Dover. I reckon you guys are going to get it. So herein lies the problem with obviously naval convoy raiding the hell out of a country, especially an island nation, is now their entire army is stuck on said island, and there's quite a lot of it. At least, I think, like 200 divisions last I... 300 divisions. Okay, there's a little sneak peek of what's waiting for us. Germany's just trying a naval invasion there. Maybe that's a good time for us to go in, actually. Might be distract them from R1 in the southwest. But, yeah, that ain't looking fun. But I think we should be fine. We do have air supremacy and a ton of gas. So if we get a landing, we're good. It's just the actual act of getting settled. Getting said landing, that's gonna be the issue. Okay, okay. Well, I mean, like, the cast is coming in pretty damn clutch. Oh, yes, coming in clutch, I can tell you that much. I think that it was just pure cast there that actually got us that naval invasion success, or else if we didn't get that port, then that would have been a bit messy. Right now, here's hoping nobody else is a major. They're not, just the UK, and we're done. And actually, a really fun game. So that up to like 300 divisions for the UK didn't matter too much because I have up to 2,000 casts in the air, which renders them completely null and void. Heck, here's a really good thing about doing a peace conference as well. If you do this path, you don't actually have to, you know, take a lot in the New World, because you just you get it for free by doing those decisions. Well, I think that's all we really need to do. We had our fun in this mod, and I already said what I said earlier, and I stick with that 100%. It's not bad. I mean, why buy the DLC, am I right? But I guess if you've enjoyed the video and you haven't tried this mod out before, and you always want to have a little look at South America and have something fun to actually do, I'll leave a link down below if I remember. I should remember. I will remember. I'm remembering. I'm going to write it down on my brain. But yeah, pretty damn good. I mean, you know, it's way better than the base game, of course, because you actually have a focus tree for Colombia and resources. So it's a little bit overpowered, but you know what? What's better than an overpowered mod? Exactly. I love them. But yeah, I guess thanks for watching the video. And what do you think about the mod? Do you think the same that I do? I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. I think I'm objectively correct in every which way here. So if you say I'm wrong, speak up. I dare you. I'll put you on the wall.